Hello again, folks, and welcome to a new Let's Play. This is Metabots R, or Medarot R. It was a weird translation thing. And this is yet another attempt of playing literally any other pet collection game that's not Pokemon. Anyways, this is a game based off of a relatively short by US standards franchise that I think is still going on today in Japan, that has had like freaking Game Boy up to 3DS releases, with this Medabots R being the only game that was released for the Sony PlayStation back in '99. Now, you might be thinking, hey Dar, why are you playing what appears to be the Japanese version? Because this was only ever released in Japan, which was a little bit funny when you consider that, you know, was not a bad franchise. In fact, I'd almost argue that it's one of those franchises that could have been really up there in awesomeness, were it just given a chance and not just released on a Fox box from back in the... Anyone remember the Fox box? Anyone? Just me? Ah, well. So if anyone's familiar with the tale of Metabots, you're relatively familiar with the plot of the game then. Bow wow, bow. Salty, good morning. Woof woof. What is it, Salty? Stop it. Bow wow, bow wow. Enough, why are you in such high spirits? Eh? How could it be? Awesome! It's a Medarot! Wow, yeah! It's the Kabuto type that I've wanted for so long. There's even a tin pet. Male tin pet obtained. Head part missile obtained. Right arm part revolver obtained. Left arm part submachine gun obtained. Ochitsuki obtained. Alright, let's assemble this right away. Alright, it's ready. Sniff, sniff. No, stop doing that, Salty. Okay, first I have to enter my name into the MetaWatch. Ah, boy. So we would be playing as Icky, who is the main protagonist of the series. Well, from like the second game on. Here's the thing. Freaking Metabots has way more games than I thought there were. Like, no joke, it started on the Game Boy, went on to the Japanese-only Wonder Swan, and it has had up to like 8 releases before getting onto the Game Boy Advance and the 3DS. We only got like 3 games in the States when it comes to Metabots. And I was really considering doing the GBA game, which is apparently a remake of the second ever game, but I like my PlayStation games. So next, I guess I should give a name to the Medarot. I'll name it. Now, here's a fun fact that I only learned through Wikipedia articles and whatnot just a couple of days ago as I was trying to research a little bit about this game. Metabee seemed like a silly name to me, even as a kid, because he's clearly not a bee. He's a Kabuto beetle, or Hercules beetle? Is that it? One of those two. Rokusho and Metabee were 2 different types of beetles. But the point is, that's not what his name is based off of. His name is based off of the fact that in the original Japanese, his name was basically just a portmanteau of metal beetle. Metal beetle. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep it Metabee. That should be everything. Go, Metabee! Catch Salty! Bow wow woof. Huh? Sniff. That's right, I have to set the medal. Though I don't even have 1 medal. What a letdown. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll save money and buy a medal by myself. let's turn the Medarot off for now. Alright, see you later, Salty. Bow wow. So there will be some grammatical errors and whatnot in this, as this is a fan translation. Although, you know, being a translation period means that there's going to be grammatical errors and the like. We cannot save without a medal, which is a little silly. Metawatch won't boot without a medal. We don't even have an item. But we can see our status. 4 whole meta parts. Yeah. So for those that, well, I'll get into that when we get into that. Was gonna basically tell the premise of Metabots and whatnot, but Good morning. Thanks for a Medarot. Good morning, Darius. You're welcome. Today's your birthday after all. However, I'm worried about it. If you spend all your time with Metarots, you will end up like that boy Hikaru. And you won't study enough. Isn't Hikaru an amazing Metarotter? Besides, I'll study a lot too. I guess it's fine then. Ah, by the way, here's your month's allowance. Yeah, today's my lucky day. Thank you. $3,000. Now, I know that more than likely it's supposed to be based off of the Japanese yen, which is more like, you know, 100 yen equals $1, so really this should be something more akin to, you know, 30 bucks, but $3,000. And give your thanks to Dad too. Yes. Thanks for the Medarot. Good morning, Darius. Did you like it? You wanted a Medarot for so long, huh? Mom didn't want us to get you one, but you must become a strong boy. Take good care of it. Yeah, I will. Darius, school has already started. Hurry up and go. And don't forget to go to Erika's house before going to school. Yeah, see you later. Fond memories of Metabots. I have to go to Erika's house. Immediately goes the other way. Metal TV is this way, but they're doing some construction work and we can't pass. I'll suck you them. This is a select office. If something happens, make sure to let me know. Sure thing. Not. There are medals with some amazing meta forces. Hey, hello. You can participate in the shop's competitions now. Shop has competitions. What about that? Hey boy, what about school? What about school? Don't need it, I have a Metabot. Hey, don't go making mischief for those Metarots. So, full disclosure too, this game does have translations that are based off of the Foxbox version of Metabots, which means we're gonna get, you know, a holy Metaroli Spiceroni stuff. It was a thing. But then again, I haven't seen it in like 20 years, so, you know, it's one of those things where I don't think I remember as much of the show as I think I do. Good morning. Oh, hi, Darius. Erika had club activities this morning, so she went to school earlier. Really? If you go to the news club, you may find her there. Excuse me, Darius. Got it. I'll go to the news club. You guys do not know how much I played through this first part, testing everything. And even then, not all of it's up to my usual par, but what are you gonna do, you know? Opening soon, Barone. Think that's how you say that name? Huh? You're doing something off the ground. So, how is it? My Medarot's moves. Shoot it perfectly. I'm sure this will be the main story of the school paper for the 3rd week in a row. Kikuhime, the main star. Amazing. Good morning, Chief. Yo, Darius. What are you doing now? This? I'm taking pictures for the school paper's front cover. Those guys are so noisy. Come on, come on. That's so. Sounds terrible. Oh yeah, Erica went to the shop to get some film, but she hasn't returned yet. I'm sorry to bother you, Darius, but could you go and see what's going on with her? Sure, no problem. Alright, I'm counting on you. Hey, what are you whispering in there? Shoot quickly. Yeah, that's a good pose. So these three schmucks are the screws. They are the school bullies. And will be a constant harassing source for me pretty much the whole game, as far as I know. One of the other reasons why I didn't want to play the GBA version is because, good lord, I forgot how badly the freaking Metabots theme kind of was. And it's interspersed in there quite a few times. Erica should be... Customer, this is a legit shop. You can't buy I can't buy a Medarot just randomly like that. What are you saying, Robo? This is an amazing Medarot, Robo. A very rare item, Robo. I'm not moving from here until you buy it, Robo. Give up already, please. Other customers won't come in if you don't leave. Make up your mind, Robo. If you don't buy it, this Medarot won't stay quiet, Robo. Watch out, watch out. Wait a second. Fancy to buy, Robo? Eh? Still no? Okay, shall we robattle, Robo? I'm in the middle of work now. I'll have to decline. Tch, somebody else. I'm about to close now. Yeah. You there. Want a robattle, Robo? You mean me? Right. They say all humans are friends, Robo. They're also bad for robattles, Robo. Well, I've never been in a robattle before. Besides, I don't even have a medal, so... Robo, a kid who has never robattled before in this day and age? You're behind the times, Robo. Damn it, if only I had a medal. Set the table with finery. Let us stop picking at our food. Eh? Who are you? Burning like the hottest spiceroni. From out of the darkness comes the mysterious Metarotter, the phantom retort. Okay, get this. Counter medal obtained. Alright, well, invoke your Medarot. Yeah. Alright, Medarot transfer. Come here, Metabot. You have to set the metal into the Medarot. Yeah. Metal set into the Medarot. So far so good. An opponent like that should be an easy victory for Sirot, Robo. Everything ready, Robo? Well then, robattle. Fight! So for those that don't know what the hell is up with this guy, there's a gang called the Rubber Robos. At least in the translated version. In the translated version, they were wearing black spandex. I don't know if that was a change from this, but it was a choice. Everybody will become Robo. Now, this is pretty much the reason why I really wanted to play the PlayStation 1 version of any of these games, because the battles are in full 3D and they look freaking sweet. As soon as they load, I promise. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. 2-on-1, you might think that's terrible. Well, here's the thing about the battles when it comes to robattles. You select a leader. When you select the leader, if that robot's head is destroyed, bam, instant victory. It can get a little bit rough, and we can have them do automatically their own orders, but I decided not to. When you select a part that you are attacking with, you will automatically attack usually you will attack an appropriate enemy that has a body part that that particular weapon might prefer. I'll go more into that later, but basically if it's something that prefers to hit a shoot part, it will attack the shoot part first, then it will attack the rest of the body parts. But here's the thing, is that we start with a item called Missile. It takes a little bit for the weapons to charge. And sometimes the faster enemies usually will go first. Now you got the legs, arms, and the head. The head is the most important one, because if that gets disabled, you lose. Well, especially if it's on the leader. But if it's on any other robots that you have, they just go down. Aha! Destroy the legs. Sweep the legs. Now the missile has a awesome ability called Piercing, which means that it will just spread the damage out until there's no more damage to be spread out to. Main unit stopped. And now we got ourselves one other dude. I don't fully understand how the targeting works or how the game itself chooses where the Metabot is going to target, which can get a little bit annoying. In the Game Boy game, they actually have it so as you can see what part of the Metabot they're going to hit. So you can just pretty much go, oh, okay, that's going to be a headshot. Bam! Noctobot's legs are broken. Left arm broken. It's really cool, this whole thing, because as parts get broken, you can see more and more of the tin pet that the Metabot is. You know, the Metabot skeleton, more or less. Ah, 6 more HP. That would have done the trick. So generally speaking, too, depending on your leg parts, your environment is very dependent on what it is that you do. For example, Metabots' legs are more built for forests and grasslands. There's tank ones, there's car ones that are better for towns, and so on and so forth. Oh no, my revolver. I go pew pew you with my rifle. Yeah. Main unit stopped. Enemy leader defeated. Hell yeah. It's honestly something to see Meta be in full 3D like this. The Robo gains glory. Electric missile obtained. Nice. So whenever you win, you get a Metabot part completely at random, and your medals of the Metabots that you used in battle end up getting experience points. I think it's actually based on how many of the Metabots that you manage to down in combat, because I've taken out the leader and I've only received like 130 experience points during testing, but I took out both of them and I got 171 here. And they level up. Huzzah! Loading. It can't be. Medarot was defeated, Robot. Magnificent, young boy. That battle style is really something. Thanks. Are you sure you had never robattled before? I'm sure. And here's a character that I absolutely kind of don't like from the series, from what I remember. I'm glad I had brought the camera. Erica, when did you come here? I've been here all along. Shouldn't you have helped then? What are you talking about? Isn't Darius more than enough to win? First, robattle. In any case, Darius, what was the first? Was that the first time you participated in a robattle? Yeah, that's right. This will be great as the school paper's top story. Darius confronted the mysterious salesman that had appeared at the shop. How does that sound? You think the school paper would pick it up? Of course it will. This kind of scoop is extremely rare. Well, I just won by pure luck. Wouldn't it be embarrassing to publish that on the school paper? Huh? Darius, who's that weird-looking person over there? I'm the Phantom Retort, an emissary of justice protecting peace. Darius, is this person an acquaintance of yours? You should be more careful. I have to go. Must return quickly and publish this photo on the paper. Oh yeah. Darius, I'll give you this freebie I got when I bought the film earlier. A card holder. Hey, Erica. I have to return the medal. Here, thank you very much. I want you to keep that medal. Take it as a gift for having defeated the bad guy. Whoa, really? Thank you so much. Make sure to raise that medal properly. Yeah. Could that kid have known that other person beforehand? Dun dun dun. I'm not exactly sure what person he's actually referring to, but yeah. And now we can actually save. Checking my memory card. Check it. Keep checking. Create a new game. Now I just want to quickly go over the stats for the goddamn metaparts and the metals. I won't lie, adding meta to everything that is said is just a little bit daunting to me. Just a little bit, not too much. So, as this is a translated version of Metabots R, there is actually no translated manual. In fact, I couldn't even find a Japanese version of the manual to try to like Google Translate the damn thing. So all of this information I'm basically pulling off of the Game Boy Advance Medarots game, which is the closest iteration to it. So here we go. So this is our Kabuto metal. You can see he's now level 1, which is good. Each metal has a special attribute that it really is more keen on using. For example, Kabuto is a lot better with shooting weapons than they are with like strike or berserk. I don't fully understand or know what type is. I don't know what type is. That's pretty much it. I know, really helpful. The skills themselves are the types of different Metabot pieces that you can put onto your tin pet, and each of them have a different attribute. Strike, berserk, shoot, aim, shoot, or what I think is just called snipe. Support, protect, heal, and other. Other is pretty vague, but most of all of these is pretty, understandable. And if I'm understanding this correctly, the good against part is the stuff that they will target first. So basically, if it's a rifle or Gatling? I don't know, it might be a mistranslation or something. We also have Metaforce, which is a thing we've not yet unlocked because we don't have any of those. So, that'll come down the line later on. We have our parts now, which there is the head, the right and left arms, and then the legs. The head, let me just scroll through this a little bit, has the power, which is the power of their damage that they can inflict. Some weapons have a penetrating value for additional damage. In this case, missile. That does the trick very well. Armor, when that That is basically their HP. When it reaches 0, that part is destroyed. If you destroy the head, that Metabot is automatically disabled. And you don't, like, lose... It's no Nuzlocke sort of a thing. If you break apart, it's just broken temporarily until the next combat. Success is the success rate of the piece in mind, and that success rate is considered higher if you have a corresponding medal. In this case, since I have the shoot action, and my Metabot's Kabuto medal has a 16, I think it was, in shoot, does pretty well. And then ammo count, the number of times that you can use that ability in combat. Most of this is pretty much the same when it comes to the legs and the arms. But for the legs, it gets a little bit more complicated, because of course it does. We have armor, duh, propulsion, which is the propulsion used in leg meta parts can improve the amount of charge time used by arm meta parts to recover. I don't fully understand what the hell that sentence is even saying, but I think that in correspondence with the arm pieces determines how fast it is until you can select your next command. Now, if I'm assuming correctly, agility should essentially be evasion, a chance of just not being hit. And then there's defense, which I think is supposed to be melee. So basically, the agility is more for ranged attacks, whereas defense is going to be more for... Shut up, phone. Whereas defense is more for melee attacks. I could be wrong, but I could be right. So, some of these other ones are a little bit more what the hellery. For example, shoot. I don't know. I think that just basically works better with more shoot-based medals. Scan? I have no clue. Because in the GBA version, there is also proximity. If this number is high, range won't be a factor for strike, berserk, defend, or heal commands. And remoteness, which is the same thing, but is specifically for shoot, aim shoot, support, and interrupt operations. I think that scan and conceal are part of those, but I really don't know. Again, I really need to find the freaking manual for this. And then there's the arm parts. Most of it is pretty much the same thing when it comes to all of this. Power is the amount of damage, armor is the amount of HP, success is the chance of hitting it, with the differences being charge and heat. Charge is the required time to charge before you can use them. Basically, something kind of like propulsion. Something like that, I'm not sure. And then heat, or radiation as it's called in the GBA games, is the cooldown period between they can be used again. So the arm pieces you can use as many times as you want, but there is a cooldown timer between every time that you use it. I think that's about it. And of course the action dictated by the different types of metapart pieces. Ugh. There's a lot to go over. And again, there is a correspondence between the metals and the parts. And you get more parts and you get more metals, and yeah. From what I've seen on this menu, and from what you can get on the start of the battle menu, you can get up to, what is this, 9? Yeah, 9 tin pets that you can then, equip with metals, equipped with parts, and throw into combat. But combat can only be between up to 3 Metabots at a time. Whew, that's a lot to cover. And of course, there's a little bit more to cover as your character, as your metals level up, they will get more abilities and the like. Also, we got stuff. A card holder, which holds cards. Up to 18 cards. I don't know what the cards are for, but the Robo medal makes it so as we can escape from battle. Well, I'm going to save one last time, and then I'm going to go ahead and call an episode here. That was pretty much the tutorial. Yeah, it's kind of fun how they really don't explain anything and no easy way to see what it is that the stuff does without relying on ancient information that is not available. This is what happens when you play retro games a whole lot. Anyways, thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this series as much as I'm hoping to enjoy it myself. When we return, we're going to go back to the school and head to the Ye Olde News Club, because clubs are a thing they have in Japan. Yes. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the series as much as I'm hoping to enjoy playing it. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care. Cheers.